Hello, everyone. So, today we're going to talk about rotations, okay? We've been talking about transformations, and you know that rotations is one of our four transformations, of our four major transformations. So, let's actually formally define it because we're actually going to start doing rotations in class. So, let's see. We can rotate a point A in the plane by an angle of theta, okay? So this here is theta, all right? We can rotate by an angle of theta. That just means, hey, this is an angle. That's what it is. It could be 56, 20, whatever. Theta is an angle. So we can rotate a point A by an angle of theta around another point B by constructing segment A prime B such that the length of AB is equal to the length of A prime B is equal to the length of AB. Okay, notice this does not have a segment over it because this is indicating that the measures are equal. Okay, when you don't have the bar over it, it's just indicating the measures are equal. Okay, and the measure of angle A prime BA is equal to theta. So what does that actually say? Okay, look at this notation. Let's look at the notation here for basically saying the same thing we just said. R, which stands for rotation, B, which stands for the center of rotation, and finally theta, which stands for the angle of rotation. And of course, we need our inputs and outputs. So our input is A, our output is A prime. So what are we actually doing here? Check it out. We want to rotate BA. We want to rotate point A around B. So we want to rotate A around B. Got it? By a certain angle measure, theta. We end up getting A prime. Okay, so our center is B. So label all these things, right? Center and angle of rotation is theta. Okay, that's simple. Simple idea there. That's all that we're doing. We're taking a segment, a point, we're rotating it around a point, and we end up to a new point. We're rotating by an angle measure. Clearly, we're rotating counterclockwise here, okay? So what do circles have to do with any of this, okay? Notice we're traveling around a circle. Point A is traveling around a circle. If we finish this construction with a compass, we'll end up with a circle. Let's see how that's applicable here. So here in GeoGebra, right, we have point C, which is the center. Then we have A and B, okay? So I want to rotate A around C. Okay, I want to rotate A around C. So how do I do that, okay? So let me just show you the idea here. So we'll rotate around a point. We'll rotate A around point C. And now it's asking me, do I want to for an angle? So what angle? I'll keep it at 45 degrees, all right? So I've rotated A around C. Now what does this have to do with a circle? Let's see the idea here. So I want to create a circle with center C and A. Now notice what happens here. Notice if I create a segment, right, that's from A to C and from C to A, I have an angle. Now A prime and A are both on the circle. They're both on the circle. So all I'm doing is I am taking A, I am traveling along the circumference of the circle until I get to A prime. Now, what is that angle, right? Do you remember what angle I said that was? I want to measure that angle. So that's an angle of 45 degrees. We good so far? All we're doing is traveling along an angle. I've rotated A counterclockwise. I've rotated A, sorry, clockwise 45 degrees. I've rotated A clockwise 45 degrees. Now here is my angle of rotation, which is theta. Theta. Here's my angle, theta. And we know that theta is 45 degrees in this case, all right? So what does that have to do with what we're going to do? How is this going to help us actually perform a rotation? And how do we make circles? Yeah, we use a compass to make circles. So we have to, here says that we have to rotate AB, right? We have to rotate AB by an angle of 60 degrees counterclockwise, okay? Important pieces of information. Rotation, right? 60 degrees counterclockwise about point O. About point O. Point O here is going to be the center of our rotation. Now, if we rotate AB, you're going to end up with A prime, B prime, right? Segment A prime, B prime. So how do we do this rotation and how can a compass help us? Okay, we're going to use everything we have. Okay, notice I have a ruler, a compass, a protractor. It's going to take everything. So let's start that now. Okay, here's our compass. Okay, I need to first find a radius because I need to know how big am I going to make this circle. Now, O is the center, and these are my points. A, B are my points. So let's rotate first. Let's rotate. Point A. Let's rotate point A around O by an angle of 60 degrees in the counterclockwise rotation, okay? So is counterclockwise here or is it down here? And if you said this way, then you are correct. Counterclockwise, okay? Opposite the way the clock goes. So here, right? I'm not gonna make a full circle because I only want an angle of 60 degrees. This is a good estimation. Maybe 60 degrees is there somewhere. All right. Now I want to do the same thing to the other side, right? But first, I need to draw in my segments, okay? So draw in your segments. I'm going to draw in my segments, and the important ones are, right? We have segment O, A, and O, B. There are my two segments. Now, I need to rotate as O still is my center, but now my new point is B, okay? So let's do that piece here, okay? So I'm going to change the color. A lot of black there. So counterclockwise of 60 degrees. 60 degrees counterclockwise. How does that look like? Now notice I opened my compass bigger than OA. Well, I'm making a new circle. I have a new radius and a new circle and a new segment. So, and a new point. I need to have a different circle. So let's see this. OB, it's going to rotate clockwise, counterclockwise, 60 degrees, okay? So counterclockwise, 60 degrees. There, right? Maybe 60 degrees is up there somewhere. Now, I'm done using my compass. So, hey, that was fun. Bye, compass. Bring in the protractor, right? I need to measure an angle of 60 degrees. So let's measure an angle of 60 degrees. Make sure that your compass has 0 right here, okay? You're going to align the compass, and one side needs to be 0 degrees. And now we're going to look for the other side. So with my straight edge, I'm going to find 60 degrees, okay? Where is 60 degrees? There. You see 60? Right there. There's 60 degrees. So I'm going to take my pen and so guess what this new point is called? What is this new point here? This point here is called, yeah, B prime. B prime, sure is. And what do you think this angle here measures? Yeah, it has to measure 60 degrees. We're good? Let's move on. Now, I've rotated B, and now I've got B prime. Now I need to rotate A to get A prime. So where is A going to be, right? So I just need to take my compass again and measure 60 degrees. So let's see. Let's measure 60 degrees. There's 0. I've aligned 0. I got to use now my straight edge. Where is 60 degrees? Here's 60. 60 degrees, okay? And what is this letter here called? Well, yeah, of course, this is called A prime. Now, I still haven't translated my segment because I don't have a new segment called A prime, B prime. Now, what do I need to do to find the segment A prime, B prime? Finally, yes, I will do that. I will connect A prime to B prime, and there it is. I have a new segment. Now, are those two segments different size? Are they different size or the same size? What do you think they should be? And if you said that they should be the same size, I agree. They should be the same size. Can you see how AB has been rotated? AB has been rotated. We've moved up here, counterclockwise, and we've moved down here, counterclockwise. Okay? What are the steps to creating a rotation? Come up with a list of steps to create a rotation.